Hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry for the month-long absence. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. But I'm coming back with another minibike video because you guys seem to like them. And we're gonna go over a couple things that I've noticed in the last month about this bike. So, first thing that I've noticed is I think in the last video I did talk about how the suspension is stiff. It has loosened up quite a bit. It does do a lot better at absorbing rocks and all that. It does, well, that's not really a good example, but you guys get the gist of it. I plan on doing another riding portion of this video, so I'll show you guys, but anyway, another thing I noticed is that the chain was too loose and it kept popping off, so we scooted the rear tire back and tightened up the chain, and that seems to be doing good. This motor it has in it, this cheap Chinese motor, I think it's a High Sun, but it has been doing pretty good still, and it still runs. I haven't had many issues with it at all. Actually, it's worked flawless every time I've used it, so I don't see any problem with that. I still don't really like this storage cubby because it does rattle a lot when I'm riding, but that's just personal opinion. I guess if you were to ever take one of these out on a trail or something, it would be, nice to have to put a water bottle or something like that in. But I haven't had a use for it yet. This headlight here is not very bright, and I've ridden it at night a little bit, like right after the sun sets. It provides enough light to see where you're going a little bit, but it's not great. So I wouldn't recommend doing any nighttime riding with this bike. But there is aftermarket headlights that are LED you can put on there, make it brighter. Another thing about the headlight too is that it only works when the motor's running, and every time you rev the throttle, the headlight gets brighter, and it's kind of annoying that it's not consistent, but that's just one of those things about the bike that's kind of weird to me. These tires that come with the bike, they're holding up pretty well. I mean, I've rode this bike hard for a little bit, and there's also been days where I haven't rode it very hard, but the bike's been holding up well. And I think for $700 this is a good beginner bike. This was a beginner bike for me. I usually ride quads, things like that, but I do like this bike. And I do think that it will hold up pretty well still over time. And if anything does break, it's made of cheap Chinese parts. So, they're readily available. You can find them on sites like Go Power Sports or the official Coleman Motorsports site and buy them and replace them. I mean, I remember assembling this bike. It was pretty easy because we really only had to do the fenders, the wheels, the front forks, the headlight, and I think that might have been it. Oh, and the handlebars we had to attach to the forks, but that's about it we had to do on this bike. Now, granted, these levers are plastic, but they do their job. They do what they're supposed to. Haven't had issues with them yet, and I'm sure over time they'll probably get worn down and they won't work as well, but for right now they're still working just fine. The air filter, we had to put a new one in because I completely botched the other one when I tried to clean it. I didn't know there was a paper element, but it's just fine. It does its job. No problems with it. And that's all I have for like the actual review portion. I'll try and get some riding clips for you guys. Obviously, you guys will see later on in the video whether this happened or not. But, yeah, no, it's a good bike, still holds up well. If I do go out for a ride today, I'll give you guys my, ride after riding thoughts on the bike. And, that'll be it for the video.